Hello everyone, welcome to another session with me Sanyukta Saxena. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher and today's session we will be learning the Zentangle original called Ennies. Yeah, looks like a pond of water to me. Yeah, a pond, something surrounded by droplets of water, something like that. Yeah. Maybe you saw the teaser that I've already posted on my page and a couple of tiles that I've already posted on Instagram. So let us first learn how to draw the basic Tangle Ennies, and as usual we shall be drawing a tile together using the pattern Ennies and a few more tangles to go along with it, right? So let's get started. So I'm first going to be showing you how to draw the basic pattern Ennies. So Ennies starts with, as I told you, some droplets of water kind of thing, right? So there is no proper shape to the pattern. You can draw any shape, right? A triangular, a circular, anything, rectangular shape, and just surround that shape with these leaf kind of or petal shapes. Turn towards the inside because you are trying to enclose something, right? So just a small catch, the droplets to be facing inside, right? And all in the same direction like this. So this is just a broad shape. You can draw the pattern in any shape, right? So I have surrounded this shape with these petal shapes, and now I'm going to closely aura the inside, very close to the petal. Whatever shape is formed, I'm not concerned about the inner shape. I'm just going to aura the inside closely with the petals, and then I'm going to add orbs inside. Small orbs, big orbs, combination of small and big orbs, basically the tangle tipple, right? So Ennies includes one more tangle within it, and that is the tangle pattern tipple. So tipple is an integral part of this tangle. Generally the inside space is filled in with the pattern tipple, and that's what gives Ennies its true character. Looks like a pond, as I told you, a water body or something like that, right? So you fill up these inside space either completely or partially with the tangle pattern tipple, and that's what forms the pattern Ennies. So the only small catch here is that the droplets face inside because you're trying to enclose something, as I told you. Generally they don't turn like this, right? They are always inside facing like this. Yeah. So you can either completely fill up the space inside, looks nice, or you can keep inside a little bit of space empty. That's entirely up to you, your choice. Broadly, this is the tangle pattern Ennies, right? And how do we generally shade it? You can shade the petals the way you want. You can enhance the look of the petals by adding something else inside the petals, right? So you can shade it on one side. You can add some weighting. You can add some pattern. Basically, they look nice if they are shown as droplets and not as flux. Yeah. So again, add some graphite to the inside here. So darken the edges so that the center pops up, and just in case you have not completely filled in, then you can add some graphite here also, right? So that's the way generally we shade Ennies. So just blend. You can also shade these leaf or petal shapes like droplets. I'll show you. Yeah, and then blend the edges, basically darkening the edges so that the edges recede. So nice tangle, has a nice feel to it. very simple strokes here, nothing complicated, right? So that's the tangle pattern Ennies. Simple, yeah. Let me show you a few tiles where I've used the pattern. So this is one of the tiles already posted, and in this there is Ennies at one corner, right? You can see how the shading gives a lot of dimension to the tangle, right? Another tile which I've already posted on Insta, again Ennies here, and shaded like droplets and some gorgeous and Xandri to go along, right? So just looks like a water body, so gorgeous sitting along and enjoying there. And this is again Ennies, right? And then I filled up the rest of the spaces with different tangles. So center is Ennies, again Ennies, but a small tangulation, but you can see that the look varies a lot if you the droplets are facing towards the outside, so it looks more like flux, right, in this way. Again Ennies here, a coffered look, and then few more tangles to go along, a simple tile, but you can see how beautiful the tangle Ennies looks like, right? Another one that I posted today only, Ennies at two corners and ecoism in the center and some tangles to fill up, right? So lot of ways you can go about using the pattern. Let us draw a tile today and try and use the pattern a little more differently. Yeah, so I'm now going to start with Ennies like this. So I'm going to be create an enclosure kind of thing. So I'm starting like this, right? Yeah, and then I'm going to add a broad outline the inside space basically. Yeah, so just mimicking the inside shape, right? And then again adding orbs just the way we have in Ennies. Yeah, so take your time, fill up these spaces with small big orbs, or you can keep them all of equal size, looks nice anyways, entirely up to you. Sorry. So the beauty of this pattern tipple is that you need not have perfect circles here. You can adjust the shape of the orb as per the spaces that you have, and that is why basically they are called orbs and not circles, right? Because you're not trying to draw perfect circles here. You are maneuvering, or you are manipulating the shape of the orbs as per the space that you have. So they can be oval, they can be small, they can be big. They need not be perfect circles, right? So again, continuing the same process of adding orbs, but I'm not going to be adding orbs throughout. I'm not planning to fill the entire inside. We'll introduce some other pattern inside. Yeah, so added some orbs. You can add more if you want, like this. Yeah, And then I am going to start with the pattern Marasu. So a pattern that I use quite often. You must be quite used to drawing the pattern by now if you have been following the videos. Yeah. So I have this Marasu sitting inside this pond kind of thing. Not exactly, but yes, appears to be a water body to me. Yeah, so filled in the small little spaces, and now as we draw Marasu, same principle, going to introduce these curves, partitions, double lines. Yeah, so drama tangle adds instant drama to your tile and very simple to draw. Marasu, named after Maria and her two sisters. Yeah, so the tangles basically have no relation to their name. The look of the tangles and their names bear no relation generally. They are just named randomly. They are given very playful names which do not depict the tangle in any way, so it's always a surprise, right? So done with that. So let us now start the inking. So I'm now going to start from here and going to leave a highlight in between. Yeah, sticking to the basic tangle, not much tangulation here. You can introduce tangulations, please go ahead. Yeah, again. So I'm going to continue like this, give me a little time. So done with inking my Marasu, I'm going to add a little weight on one side of my Ennies or these petal shapes like this. So adding to the look of the tangle by adding some weight. To one side of these petal shapes. Yeah. So still adding that weight to one side of these petal shapes. Yeah. So now we can add some more tangles, right? So let me add a tangle called flukes. We have already learned this tangle. Just that I am arranging it a little differently, not sticking to the square grid, instead drawing it in an overlapping fashion like this. Yeah, simple pattern. Start just like the pattern cubine, and then you just have to aura these inside square that you have drawn, right? So simple pattern to draw, flukes, but I have drawn it not using the square grid but in a different overlapping fashion. Yeah, simple pattern, purely line based, and the overlaps look good when shaded. Again some inking, so the drama factor is maintained. Yeah. Yeah. So probably I'll add one more layer. So start somewhere here and then change the overlap. Yeah. So again the same exercise. Yes, square inked and then these auras. Again at one corner. This corner can be any corner, so you can draw flukes anyways. Need not always pick this corner. You can ink any corner and then just aura the inked corner. Yeah. Again auras. Again auras. So a little deviation from the usual grid and you can see how the pattern looks so different. Yeah. Yeah. And then we can add few more patterns if you like, or we can add one more line, right? So rest of the spaces, let us pick up a simple tangle. So I'm going to first draw these random orbs like these and then draw the cadent tangulation, right? So I'm going to be drawing the pattern cadent, but a mix of triangular and square cadents. Just in case you are new to this tangle, I would advise you to refer to my previous videos, older videos, where I have taught where to draw these, how to draw these patterns, right? So I have drawn these orbs randomly and now I'm going to be connecting these by an S shape using the takeoff and landing technique. Yeah. So retracing a part of this orb and then coming down and then going down like this. Yeah. Again, you can connect 3, you can connect 4 as per your convenience. Yeah. So here I think we can connect 4, drawing behind. So just going randomly. Again, we can connect 3 or we can connect all 4. Yeah. So just drawing the S shape and using the takeoff and landing on the other circle, retracing a part of the orb, coming down and landing. Yeah, simple pattern to draw. Just preparing the outline first and then we will fill up these sections with auras. Yeah. So again 3 or 4 as per your choice, not a rule as such since it is a tangulation. Cadent originally has 4 sides, but you have triangular cadents. Once you deviate from the original, again you can create as many variations. So what we are drawing here is a mix of triangular cadents and square, the normal cadents. Yeah, so just extending so I'm almost finishing connecting the orbs. So now we can add that aura to all. Yeah, so let us now add the auras. So simple exercise, I'm just going to repeat these lines like this. You can also rotate your tile if you wish to. You can also leave a small space in the center, right? Hope it is clear to you. Yeah. Again, aura the sides like this. And you can always add an orb inside if you feel like. Again, not much space here, so just going to add these auras. Not much space here, so just adding the auras. Yeah. So continuing with the process. So you have to add the auras simultaneously to each side. Don't try and aura one side and then move to the other. No. So simultaneous aura to all sides is what gives it the look. Yeah. So I think you got a picture of how I am doing. Yeah. Again, aura, aura, aura. So you can always move your tile if you are not comfortable adding aura to all sides, keeping the tile constant. That's okay. Again, aura. Yeah. So simple. I'm going to continue like this. And take your time, draw at your own pace. Don't haste up. Again, auraing 4 sides together. Yeah, add small orbs inside. Yeah, so give me a little time and I get back. So I am almost done with the auraing part, just a few places left. Continuing the same process of adding aura simultaneously to all sides. Yeah. And you can see how beautiful auras look. And we have come across this many number of times in Zentangle. How beautiful simple auras can look like. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Right, so let us now move on to shading our tile. Just a touch here probably. Yeah. So I'm now going to shade and Ennies, as I showed to you, I'm going to darken the edges. Yeah. So adding some thick graphite at the edges. And then on one side of the petal shapes, Yeah. Then on Marasu, both sides of the lines, the highlight is already there, so you may or may not use your chalk pencil. That's okay. Yeah. So Marasu is done, and then we move on to our flukes. So again, the intersections, so that they look like overlaps. Yeah. And you can add some here. Yeah. And then around the circles or the orbs, as far as the cadent tangulation is concerned, just add some graphite around these orbs and you are done. When you blend it, it will automatically look like flowers. So not much of shading required here. There's a lot of line work already. So it's a nice filler, cadent tangulation, although cadent is generally used as a standalone. But cadent tangulation is always a good idea to use as a filler. Just a touch at the edges, not much. Yeah. So now let us start to blend. So I'm now going to start with my Ennies. So just soften the graphite, don't pull too much. You want certain part of the Ennies to be white also. So just blend what you have put and don't pull it too much towards the center. Just soften it where it is. Yeah. And then we move to our Marasu. Again, we want the center to be white. So take it easy, go slow. Don't blend too much. You can blend both sides together as I'm doing here. Yeah. So the center white is very essential to give that character. Yeah. And then these petal shapes, a little blending. Again, don't blend too much. You don't want the entire petal to be gray. A little high and low. Yeah. And then moving on to our flukes. Just blend and you see how they look like overlaps. Flukes is a beautiful pattern. One of the patterns that looks great after shading and very simple to draw. Yeah. So that's about flukes, and now moving on to our, so I'm just going to blend a little around the orbs just to add some grace. Just a touch, not much. Yeah. If you want, you can use some highlights on the cadent. They would look nice. You could have also shaded the cadent as a whole by just darkening the edges and leaving the cadent as it is. Then you can add a highlight also in the middle. Yeah. So I've used that kind of shading many a times. Again, just softening the edges, adding a little gray. Yeah, I think we are done. So you can, if you want, add some at the outer edge of your flukes to kind of separate it from your cadent. Yeah, and I think we are done. So if you want, although it's not required, you can always use your chalk and re-emphasize the white in the middle. Although the emphasis is already there, we have a highlight in place, but it's okay, you can always add some more. Yeah, you can also add some on the white portion of the fluke, the light and dark effect. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think we need anything else. So the highlights that I was talking about was like these. At few places you can always add, and they will look like a shine on your cadent. Yeah. Again, small little things that you may not do. It's okay, entirely up to you. Yeah. So that's about it. I'm going to close my tile here. Add my chop. Yeah. Sign and date my tile. Today is 9th of October 21. Yeah. And we shall meet again with another Ennies Zentangle original. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye. Stay safe.